It's part of the drive to Renick. Can't really see out of this car. There's another issue I have with it. I hate to drive it every day because I can't see anyone around me or scenery. So anyway, there's Frankfurt has a gas station and a Dollar General. Not a whole lot else. This is basically the Frankfurt area. I didn't have it on time to show you the awesomeness of Dollar General, but it's there. And the Exxon station was nice. It was kind of a small shop where they would have a lot of your, snacks and crap like that. Anyway, more road construction, and never be in a hurry if you're going to want to live in Lewisburg area. I can tell you that. Never be in a hurry. All right, we're getting close. 2.5 miles to the turn here. And by the way, I'm horrible with this GoPro, and it's not very instinctual, and it seems like every time I hit a button it does something different than it did the last time I hit the button. But almost every button seems to power it off. Having much luck with trying to drive this beast with using the GoPro. None of them are very instinctual for all of our technology. Just give me a Nikon camera and a Chevy and this would be a lot easier, from like the 70s.
We sold our house of 16 years in the Ozarks due to a rotten development going in behind us, and here Trevor is with a rental car going to the Appalachia area in West Virginia in search of a house for us. We only had 1 week.
Anyway, ate at Tudor Biscuits. So I guess all I've had was bread, pizza, biscuits, bagels, muffins. So at some point I need to find a veggie platter.
We visited the Lewisburg and Renick area on a trip in 2022 and loved it. And we were really hoping for this house that Trevor was going to go see on this route. Our main concern with the house we're getting ready to view is that it ends up going down to a 1-lane road to the house for about 20-minute drive.
Turn right on Brownstown Road.
All right, we're officially in Renick. And Renick, I think, has a gas station now. Maybe back in the day, maybe. Yeah. So, Renick has a gas station now. I'm going to be doing my video here for you and miss my effing turn. Alright, so Renick's
right on
got a little more going on than I think they did last time we were here. Got blueberries and something over there.
Recalculating.
Oh shit, see, I know it's going to miss my turn. I need to turn where the blueberries are. Stupid. Alright. Probably shouldn't have turned out in front of everyone. Alright, here we go. So, here's, I guess, Renick proper. Yeah, this road ain't no bigger than way out in the boonies. Alright, I'm headed to the boonies. home where we're from, the boonies, boondocks. Oh man.
Continue 8 miles on Brownstown Road.
Right, and then keep going. All right. Well, here in a second, I gotta put this down because this is a sketchy little road, a sketchy little car with a sketchy little camera.
Trevor and I are basically inseparable, so for him to be gone a week was really difficult on both of us. So he's talking to me like I'm with him to show me the houses that he's viewing.
All right, so there's you pick blueberries. I tried to turn this on like a mile ago. It took me 15 chances. Every time I hit what I think is the record button on top, it powers off. I don't really understand what that's going on because I just hit the top button again to record. So I'm getting a little irritated with GoPro and I don't really feel like doing it anymore. But I really wanted you to see the sketchy road. I didn't have it on in time, but you should have seen the curves I just went through. This would be a fun drive every day. And ooh, any kind of trailer. I mean, look at it. But then look at it. Yeah. Sketchy
as in that it was just a one-lane road and very curvy, and we were concerned about pulling our camper and to be able to sell our garden from off of our property.
I wouldn't want to drive this probably more than once or twice a week in the car. I don't think I would ever want to pull the trailer down here. I think our trailer's wider than this road. And I think this is the good part. I think it gets worse. I'd love to show you the sides, but I'd rather not wreck.
Being self-employed, we were thinking of all options to move. We actually got accepted 200 people out of 2,000 with the Ascend West Virginia program, where they will pay you $12,000 to move there, and you are part of their club for a couple of years and get acclimated. And they also receive $8,000 of free admission into all of their parks and things like that, which was right up our alley with our camping. We were really hoping for West Virginia.
I don't know if you can see it through the car. Okay, cannot wait to get there. All right. So I guess Brownstown Road or something is Julia Road. Oh, geez, those people almost ran into me.
We love the Appalachia area. We loved West Virginia. We love Lewisburg. We were really hoping for this house. This was basically the only realtor in all of West Virginia that helped work with us. All the other realtors didn't even give us the time or day. They wouldn't go get the tour until the house was already sold. We were starting to think that West Virginia didn't want outsiders.
I think this one blew Mrs. Garman's mind. She thought I could get there in 28 minutes. It's already been 26. And I got 5 miles to go. Oh, that's good for your tires. Yeah, this is a little sketchy.
Besides for never getting a tour in a timely manner, the other issue was that there's a new buyer's agreement that you have to sign, and the buyer's agent will lock you into using that agent only. Therefore, if we saw another house in the area, we weren't allowed to use a different realtor. However, the realtors we were signed up with would never show us the houses.
Because any faster, you're going to hit someone. if they came from the other way. You cannot see around these corners.
In 2019, we visited North Carolina and loved it. Then in 2022, we visited West Virginia and Southwest Virginia area and loved it. We really don't care where we are as long as we are somewhere in the Appalachia area. We were hoping for West Virginia because of the Ascend West Virginia program, the fact that we had been there and loved it. But there were some issues with this house, the fact that it was so far out.
Yeah, Julia, okay, now we're Julia's Road. No, I think that's the road that goes back to 219, but north of what, Lewisburg or Renick. That would be a shortcut if you were heading to Marlinton or those areas, I think. I'll have to relook that up. If you're wrong, there was a sign that just said slow down, as if you could possibly go any slower. Here's another one. Slow down. Please slow down. Slow. Oh, jeez, look at this road. I live at 4250 Julia Path. So here, I gotta put it down on my own start.
This house has all the character that we want. I love the wood floors. I love the beams on the ceiling. They have 2 vaulted ceilings, one in the kitchen and one in this back room over here. We were going to make this our office and our snug, or Trevor's office and our snug. I love the vaulted ceilings here. It has a lot of character like the house that we just sold, except for it's older. This house is way older. And this small little entry here would have to be my office, and then this area would be the music room. I love the beams. And then over here, the 2 rooms would be the dining room and kind of a combined kitchen area because the actual kitchen is tiny. The kitchen portion has vaulted ceilings and is super killer in here, but it doesn't have a stove and a place for a stove even. Well, I guess maybe it does there, I don't know, refrigerator. And then, but the other area for the dining area, there's no room for our hutches. We have super tall furniture, so when Trevor measured the ceiling height where it would really matter, it won't work. But it has 2 brand new bathrooms. The house is heated with a wood stove, so that could end up being some sort of an issue if that's your only heat source. I'd even be willing to part with our tall furniture to have this house. So the other issue was that it was just too far out from Lewisburg. It was about 40 minutes away from a town, and we were also hoping to sell from our own property, and I'm not sure we would get too many takers coming all the way out here. This would be our bedroom. Trevor did say that the floor was pretty wonky up here. There were some concerns about the foundation of the house. It looked like that there could be critters getting underneath there and that maybe the dirt was over the foundation in spots, but we love this house. I really wanted this house, but again, the drive with the camper going there and just going to town would be rough.
Okay, so now I figured out what I'm doing wrong here. Turning it off instead of hitting record. All right, here we go. Here's the front. And there it is there.
This gorgeous cabin is on 7 acres near the Greenbrier River. Like, oh my gosh, I want it so bad. And is going for $200,000. And although this house or property has a lot of outbuildings, which we were hoping for, it doesn't have an outbuilding to park your vehicles in, so we would still need to get the porticos for that. The house we ended up buying, North Carolina, I absolutely love, and I'm glad we did it. I don't regret it at all. It has a portico for our camper and our car.
Okay, so they got the drain coming out here. That's an old chimney or what? Whew.
We want to be remote. We want privacy. After living in the home we lived in the Ozarks, which we did love, we were on a city lot. It was just noisy all the time. And then with that development going on, it was just constant noise.
This part is the concrete part.
To wake up with the windows open and hear the birds and the stillness outside is something that we desperately want.
Here. Let's look at here. Should add electricity, that would look super safe. Old wardrobe. I guess I can get in here. Sketchy as. Oh, I'm gonna get attacked. Get off me. Yikes, don't stand in there. That's, you know, a little crooked. Oh, look at that. Yikes. All right. Cold storage.
This West Virginia Renick house and the house that we bought in North Carolina were our two favorite homes on this entire tour that Trevor took.
All right, he says he thinks this trail could possibly, but he wouldn't swear to it, might go down to the river. So I'll have to check that out on the map. He said he came down about a mile, walked it all the way down, and there's down trees and stuff. So anyway, off of this angle, I don't know if you can see it, but that's a valley and mountains. So if you really wanted to, you could probably improve your view. He said he guessed that it might be around $2,500 to get rid of a trailer. He kind of wanted him to, and the broker didn't. But I'm sure something could be worked out. There's your posts and piers on this one. This one didn't look too bad. We didn't even go on the other one because I want nothing to do with it, and I don't want mold in my lungs, so he wasn't crazy about it either. But hey, there's some wood stuff. And that building there that's a freezer looks big enough and good enough to do mushrooms in, as far as what I know about mushrooms. Boy, they got some digging critters around here, whatever it is. I don't even know. There we go. Could be a critter in there now. Okay. There was electric out here at one point. So, and then I guess you've seen the outhouse. And there's a mountain over there. All right, I'm gonna put this up and take some photos with my other device. I hope I did a good enough job. Kinda not sure.